Hi guys, it's Rachel from the Book Mavens in a different location than normal. This is actually my kids' playroom. Got a lot going on. October is a very busy month for me. A lot of birthdays, a holiday, and a lot of grandparent visits. So you guys will just have to bear with me. I do have a review. My book reading has been very strong for October, but I'm trying to separate out my reviews a little bit and not try and hammer you with so many at a time. But I really wanted to review A Dowry of Blood by S T Gibson. It's a short read. I think it's perfect for the Halloween season because it's a Dracula inspired story. It is very short. It was, I think, originally self-published. It had a different original cover, and then it was released. It was purchased by a publishing house, and they changed the cover. I actually really like the original cover. I highly suggest you guys look it up. It's very cool. And I know that Bookish Box is doing a special edition of it for the month of October for their adult box. Now, I haven't gotten that box. Bookish is, of course, a couple of months behind, but I'm looking forward to being able to unbox that for you so you will be able to see it. But I wanted to give you, I wanted to give you guys a heads up about the book. This was a 5 out of 5 star read for me. I thought A Dowry of Blood was fabulous. For the season, the way it's written, it's incredibly lyrical. Its take on the Dracula myth. S T Gibson never references the vampire in it as actually Dracula. But it really is, it's for sure Dracula. But it's told through the perspective of the bride and one of his brides, and it's told in a letter format where she is writing a letter to him posthumously. So you know from the beginning of the book that he is no longer undead, he's just all dead. But the whole journey in getting there is just so incredibly beautiful. It illustrates, I think, very, very well what a toxic obsessive relationship looks like, and that was done incredibly well. What's interesting about that, and I'll do another review, I read a Colleen Hoover for the first time just recently, and I have quite a bit of things to say, but the book that I read of Colleen Hoover also dealt with this kind of toxic obsessive love. But this one was done in a way that I felt truly represented a survivor's journey and what it would be like for someone to come out of that and to realize how toxic a relationship is and what they needed to do to get out of it, told in a Dracula novel. And I was in love with it. I thought it was beautiful. In terms of gore, I didn't think it was really all that gory. I don't think I would term this like a horror novel. I would think it's more kind of gothic vibes. There is some sapphic romance in there. There's some fairly graphic sex scenes. But I mean, to me, it wasn't anything more than what you would see in like A Court of Mist and Fury, to be honest. But yeah, just so you know, there is some sex in there. It's not a primary focus. It's far more her reflecting on her experience living with this creature and becoming this creature and what it is to be able to live forever and how you would want that to look. And it's a really fascinating deep dive, I think, into somebody being able to identify that the relationship they're in is toxic and how much courage it takes to be able to break a cycle like that. I thought it was done so well. I really cannot recommend this book enough. It is truly a short read. I read it digitally, or I would be able to show it to you. I'm sorry. But very, very small. You could whip through it in a couple of days. I highly recommend that you guys pick it up before the Halloween season is over. It's a great fall read. Super spooky. There's some really great locations. They travel around, and it's really, really amazingly well written, and so I highly recommend. And anyway, that was my book review for you guys for this Tuesday, and I look forward to sharing with you more of my reads, more of my spookier reads that I did over the month as well. So I'll see you later.